Powered by Riverside. Powered by Riverside.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm Coach Try. I'm a coach, a tech guy, and a consultant. So today we'll be covering something totally different, less tech, less about AI, and really more about you and your productivity. Um, you know, I I posted something last week about accountability partner, and it really, I guess, emphasized the importance of taking action and how much people, based on the feedback, it really showed me how much people want to get things done. So you know, I wanted to talk about this and help people really get unstuck and start taking action. Yeah, lighting is not good. So yeah, I'm sure you felt like you should be doing something, but you just can't seem to make a move. And I'm glad to tell you you're not alone. Yeah, I do a lot of roles, but I've been there too. Stuck in my head, worrying about so many things, worrying if I'm doing the right thing, or what's stopping me, right? And again, this is why I wanted to start this series, not just to help others get moving, but also to remind myself and help myself because I do still get stuck, right? If you're here, please leave a comment. Um, I don't think I can see the reactions, but the comments will be great. So at least I know if anybody is able to relate and actually share your own experiences if you want to, right? So today we'll be covering some of the reasons that we get stuck. We'll also be try. We'll also try to come up with a very simple action plan, right? This, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this, but a friend of mine actually just shared uh, a similar action plan, and I thought, hey, this is something I've learned about years ago, and maybe if other people don't know about it, maybe I'll share it again, right? Just to remind you. Okay. Um, Now, the reasons that I'm gonna share here, it's not comprehensive. Obviously, you have your own reasons, but just some top three reasons that I've heard of, or I'm also familiar with. All right. So, if you're ready, let's do it. Okay. Number one reason. This is cliche, but it's still true. Fear of failure. Right. You worry, what if it doesn't work? Right. But it can also be fear of success. Weird, but I have personally felt this. What if it does work and you're not ready? I've told that to myself. Ooh, what if I did this and you know then I need to come up with something else because oh no, I'm not ready to just be known for something or to do something. Um, I don't know if it makes sense, but you know, as a coach, you worry when you put a post out there. What if people contact you? What people get in touch with you? Um, it's actually happened to me, right? Uh, Somebody introduced me to a possible coachee, but then I chickened out, thinking, it was would have been a quick, let's say, transaction to get that yes because the person needed coaching, but I was not ready for it. I felt I was not ready, right? So instead of taking that win and getting a coachee, I decided, you know what, I'll defer it to somebody else. Ew. Right? So I've been there. I've been with you. Uh, and again, other examples is just launching a side gig. I know a lot of people um, have thought about this, but they start to doubt themselves. They start to doubt if people will actually pay you, right? Um, Now, all these reasons, the fixes are very similar, so I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so if you can relate, please leave a comment. Let me know. Uh, I'm sure a lot of you can. This one, I think, I'm not sure if it's even more people who can relate to this. By the way, brought to you by Tambayan Coffee. If you're ever in Moncton or Riverview, visit them. Okay, so reason number two, perfectionism. Oof, right? It's like you, or I'm just gonna include myself. We want everything to be perfect before we start, before we launch. Perfect, perfect. A great example is sometimes you go, "Hey, I need a perfect website. I need a perfect logo. I need a perfect plan so that I can launch." Right? In reality, you don't. You just need to do it. I mean, have you ever? This is gonna sound really bad, but have you ever watched like a video and you think to yourself, what is this person talking about? It's nonsense. They didn't do enough research. Well, at least they started something. They created that video. I'm not telling you to be a peddler of fake news, but get it going, get it started. You don't wait until it's perfect. I'm not saying also that you wanna, you know, do the basic like you just want to start right away. At least go for at least maybe over 50, maybe 70%. Good enough, right? Good enough to start. You don't have to be perfect to start. You have to be good enough to start. Okay. Reason number three, and this one I've been also guilty. Gosh, I've been guilty of all of this. That's why I love talking about it. Lack of clarity. You have too many ideas, so you end up doing nothing. And you're like, Ryan, you just said you're a coach, you're a tech guy, you're a consultant. You have too many things going on. True, but that doesn't mean lack of clarity essentially because I'm still able to do something, right? And so let's get to the fixes of this, right? Or what we can do to fix it. And it's really simple. It's for me it's taking or focusing on is one small step, right? So when we talk about fear of failure, you know what? Don't overthink things. Don't think 10 steps forward or, 20 steps forward. You cannot build that business overnight. Just start with a small step, right? I could have just started saying yes to that coachee, accepting that, and that could be the first step that I took. The next step would have been, okay, I'll plan out the coaching sessions. Next step would have been have that session and then take it one session at a time. Okay, that has happened to me. So one small step. Again, I talk about the fixes being very similar. For perfectionism, it's the same thing, right? One small step, go of not even 100% there, just going over 50, going 70, just good enough to start. That small step. And it's really the same thing with lack of clarity. Um, because that small step when it comes to lack of clarity is just picking one thing to focus on. If you want to be specific, just pick one thing to focus on for the next 30 days or X number of days. That's what you want to do. Okay. Um, how does that help with clarity, Ryan? Well, it's like this, right? A lot of times we go pros and cons of what I want to start. At some point, we still can't decide. Just go, you know what? Flip a coin or whatever is higher in those pros and cons for now. Pick that and go for it. Try it out. See what happens. Because you will never know. It will always be in here. You will never know what people or what the results will be, how your target market, if it's a business, will react. You'll never know unless you do something. You start working on it. Hmm. What if it doesn't work out? It's okay. Go try the other one. But at least you are moving. At least it's one more thing that you don't have to worry about or you don't have to think about or overthink about. That's one less thing for you to be distracted with, right? So, again, very similar. It's all about smaller steps. And this is really the key. Okay? Don't be overwhelmed by that major project. Don't be overwhelmed about, so many options that you have. Don't be overwhelmed about being perfect. Take one small step that, as long as it's good enough to start, just go for it. See what people will think. Trust me, you know, it's it just makes things so much easier. So again, the action plan is simply that. The action plan is to break down whatever big dream or even big dreams into small doable steps. So right, I need a goal, I need a dream. Not even, right? I'm not talking about, even if it's not a big one, just small ones. Still break it down to smaller doable steps. Okay, so let's say um, you want to build a website and you're totally clueless about building a website. Jeez, this is where everyday AI comes in. Go to an AI site, ask about it. That's the first step. Just research about how to do this, the website, see the steps, and then you go. You know what? I'm gonna do this first step first. I'm gonna just create some kind of logo, right? Just a very basic logo. Well, Ryan, well, that's my branding. I don't want to have, just go out with something. It might stick. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're not there yet. You're just taking the baby steps, right? Me, so website. I want to put so many things. Just put a landing page and tell people about you. Have an about page. Start with that, right? Then what? I don't know. Share it with people. Share it in your social media. Share it to friends. That's the next step. Right? So, again, focus on that next step so you can get moving. You don't feel stuck. Okay. And hopefully, no, not hopefully, I'm sure by doing that, you build momentum. Right. So it's simple. For me, the action plan is really what's your goal? What's a 15-minute task that you can do today, right? Just start with 15 minutes. What can you do? Is it, if you don't, again, website example, if you don't know anything about building a website, 15 minutes can be Google it, ask ChatGPT, Copilot, Claude, whatever AI that you want. That can be your first step, right? And then go to the next 15-minute task, whether still today or maybe tomorrow. Simple, right? It's like, oof, make it sound so simple, Ryan. Life is not that simple. Yeah, it can be. You don't have to complicate things, right? You always want to ask yourself, and maybe if anybody's watching this live or later on, what's one thing you can do for 15 minutes today, right? Drop it in the comments or maybe ping me directly if you don't you don't want people to know. So again, just to quickly recap, there's fear, there's perfectionism, there's lack of clarity. These are some of the more, let's just say, common blockers that we have in taking action or getting stuck. And the quick fix really is, tiny steps to those are just our way, the easiest way to move forward, right? If you're figuring out how to build your thing, whether it's a side hustle, a business, or just a new skill, I'm here to help you with that, right? Let's keep going. Uh, Drop a note here. Again, I've posted it on my wall. If you're a friend of mine, I am willing to be your accountability partner. I already have a couple, but hey, it's just uh, an email to me weekly. You can, if even if you're not my friend, no, don't just find yourself another accountability partner. It's very simple. You just tell them, what am I going to do this week, or what am I going to do next week, and then what did I do last week? Of the things that I said, what did I do? Right? And what are the blockers that you have? Because, by putting it out there that you're going to do this, your friend, your accountability partner can call you out on this. Hey, you said you're going to call 10 people. And last week you said you're going to call 10 people. Why did you not call anyone at all? Right? But it's also good if you can go, you only called five. What happened? Right? But you're building accountability. Again, small steps, right? Just looking for an accountability partner might be one of those small steps that you take. Who knows? Okay. Um, so, again, this is going to be a quick one. I just wanted to start this series. Uh, 17 minutes. So maybe I went beyond 15 minutes, but 17 minutes to get this new series going. I'll have more on the Action Take It series. If you have any questions, feel free to PM me, and I'll talk to you soon. Again, this is Coach Rai signing out. See ya.